Hi, I'm Lois Saunders from the Community Learning Centre project in St. John's. This program is being made in response to a question from Trepassey from a group of people who want to know how to build an old age home in Trepassey. But of course the tape will also be of interest to our other centres, I'm sure. My guest is Mr. Reg Moore, who is the Director of Homes for Special Care, the Department of Rehabilitation and Recreation. Mr. Moore, there are two types of homes. There's the big institution kind of thing where you have long corridors and nurses and maids and kitchen staff and so on. And then there's the boarding house. Can we talk about the big one first and tell me how people can get that kind of institution in a small community?
Well, the government policy today with respect to a large institution is really they only consider requests from interfaith groups from various areas of the province. In other words, the clergy should get together and decide that they want to seek an institution in that area. They then apply to the minister for consideration for subsidy, if you like.
Which minister would that be?
That would be the Minister of Rehabilitation and Recreation, who's the minister responsible for administering all the acts with respect to the accommodation for the aged in the province.
Mm-hmm. So they'd have to get together and form a group. Would they then have to come up with facts and figures to substantiate the need for the home?
Definitely, yes. They would have to prove to government, if you like, that there is a need. Now, government does not support financially any institution. The institution has to be privately financed. The only part that the government plays up to this point has been a guarantee of 98% occupancy.
That's for the big institutions?
That's for the big institutions.
No grant at all?
No grant.
No subsidy of any other kind?
No. The subsidy is given, of course, with respect to the guests who are housed according with their needs.
Mm-hmm. So we're talking about a lot of money, aren't we?
Very lot of money.
Any idea how much we might be talking about?
Well, for instance, today I would think that to build an institution of maybe 55, 60 beds would cost around $15,000 a bed.
A bed?
To build.
To build. And then what does it cost to keep the patient in that kind of home?
It varies in certain areas of the province. The average today would be approximately $500 a month.
That's what something like it's costing at the Hoyle's home, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. When you have a big institution like that, you have to have a lot of staff?
Well, they have to have staff accordingly, yes. It's almost a one-to-one basis, and that covers everything from utility, dietary, housekeeping, nursing.
How many of these kinds of homes have we got in the province for old age?
Well, we have about 8, 9. 3 government-owned ones also.
Where are the government-owned ones?
There's one in St. John's, 2 in St. John's, and one in Carbonear, Harbour Lodge.
Is there one in Corner Brook?
No, that's an interfaith home.
I see. Yeah.
Interfaith, operated by Interfaith Welfare Council.
Are there any other interfaith homes?
Yes, there's one in Grand Falls, Carmite House. There's one about to open in Grand Bank. There's one about to open in Lewisport. Then, of course, you have the church homes in St. John's, like St. Patrick's, Agnes Pratt, St. Luke's, Glenbrook.
Are these homes now filled all the time with long waiting lists?
Yes, completely.
So there is a need for more accommodation?
There is a need for more accommodation with respect to what we call extended bed care. In other words, people who are need extensive supervision and nursing care.
But what about the person who's up and about?
For the person's up and about, there's not that number of applications at the present time to any of the institutions.
Really?
Yes,
so you can meet the need?
Not quite. Not quite. I should say this, that it's all according to the area in which the applications come, from which the applications come. Because naturally, a person who's amatory and would like to get around and about prefer to stay in their own setting, their own community.
Mm-hmm.
close to their own friends, relatives, churches.
So there is a swing, though, away from the large institution, isn't there?
Yes, I would say so. There is a swing.
How do you go about getting a boarding house, then, a boarding home in a community, if a group wanted to start something?
Well, it doesn't have to be a group for a boarding home, actually, because that is privately operated and not subsidized in any way by government. But any team, if you like, man and wife team who would like to start a boarding home, all they have to do is to apply by letter to me, and I will arrange an interview and discuss the problem with them, or the project with them, give them advice as to whether I think it's a suitable area, and so on, and then we will follow the Act, which the Act says actually that you have to have 4 things. Number 1, you have to have, any community, if you want to start a licensed boarding home, you have to have the permit from the town council or city council, whichever the case may be, and then the home has to be approved by the fire commissioner, approved by the health inspection department of the Department of Health, and then by our inspectors of the department with respect to floor space and the number of people that can be accommodated. And then it's just ready for licensing.
Do the people who run the home need to have special training?
Not exactly, not for the type of person that they can take care of. Now, there are a number of homes who are operated by registered nurses. Therefore, they can take care of, let's say, the person who's probably needs a little bit of extra supervision, nursing care. Whereas the majority of homes, they can't be accommodated.
Mm-hmm. And then, well, if a group the group Interpassy is concerned that they want something out there, is there some way that they can get involved? Can you see them getting involved in the problem?
Are they a group or as a man and wife team?
No, it's a group of people who would like to see some kind of home there.
Well, I would suggest if there's a group there, they should talk it over with their clergy and probably would certainly have to have a rough idea of how many people, in their opinion, are in need of such accommodation in the area.
They'd have to do a survey.
A small survey, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if they were to approach CMHC for a loan, I'm sure the CMHC would have to have a survey and proof that there's a need.
But that is possible, to approach CMHC for a loan to build a sort of large home kind of thing, not an institution, but a large dwelling home.
I would say yes, providing it's a group, and an organized group who apply.
Is there any way that your department can help in that case?
Financially?
Or any way, advice or...
Oh, advice, sure, by all means. Yes. If any group who are interested, if they would, get in touch with me, either by letter or personally, I'd be only too glad to advise.
We have Mr. Moore's address, the Department of... So we don't have it written, but we can read it. It's the Department of Rehabilitation and Recreation, and you're the Director of Homes for Special Care.
Right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moore. So do contact Mr. Moore if you think he can help you at all, and if you think that the center can help you in any other way, don't hesitate to let us know.